The alarm clock rings. It is 6 a.m. It is Monday. You stare at the ceiling. Your chest feels heavy. You feel a knot in your stomach. You think, I cannot do this again. But you get up. You put on your clothes. You go to a job that makes you feel small. You go because you have bills to pay. You feel trapped.
Welcome back to Level Up English. I am Nova.
And I am Atlas. This is the channel where English meets ambition.
Today, we are asking you to do something difficult. We are asking you to stop scrolling. We are asking you to give us your full attention, because today's session is not just an English lesson, it is a lifeline.
Many of you ask me, Atlas, how do I stop translating in my head? How do I truly understand English? The answer is emotional immersion. Your brain remembers stories better than it remembers rules. If you listen to this story, if you really feel it, the English vocabulary will stick to your memory forever.
But the English you learn today is only the tool. The lesson you learn is the key.
I want to be honest with you. A few years ago, I was not sitting here. I was sitting in a gray office cubicle. I was broke. I was drowning in debt. My boss shouted at me, and I had to say sorry, even when I was right. I had no money, so I had no voice. I was a prisoner in my own life.
But today, Atlas is free. He found a way out, and in this video, we are going to hand you the key to that door.
We are going to teach you the difference between looking rich and being free. We are going to show you how I built a freedom fund that allowed me to walk into that office, look my boss in the eye, and say, I quit.
I want you to close your eyes for a second. Imagine it. Imagine waking up without an alarm. Imagine having enough savings to survive for a year without working. Imagine the peace of mind. That is what is waiting for you at the end of this video.
This is not just entertainment. This is your future. Are you ready to claim it?
Take a deep breath. Let's begin. Atlas, take us back to the moment everything changed. Atlas, take us back. Where were you 5 years ago?
5 years ago, I was 22 years old. I had just finished university, and I got my first real job. It was an office job in the city. I remember the day I got my first paycheck. It was a Friday. I was sitting at my desk. My phone buzzed. Buzz. Buzz. I looked at the screen. It was a notification from my bank. Your salary has been deposited. I saw the number. $2,000.
$2,000? For a student, that is a lot of money. How did you feel in that moment?
I felt powerful. I felt like a king. I remember walking out of the office. The air smelled sweeter. The sun looked brighter. I looked at the people on the street and thought, I am one of you now. I am a rich adult.
But you were not rich, were you?
No, I was not. But I did not know that yet. That Friday night, I called my friends. Come out, I said. Drinks are on me. We went to a fancy restaurant. I did not look at the prices on the menu. I just ordered steak, wine, dessert.
Did you think about the rent? Did you think about the electricity bill?
No. In my mind, the money was infinite. I took a taxi home. I could have walked, but rich people take taxis, right? On Saturday, I went to the mall. I bought a new jacket. I bought expensive headphones. I bought a video game. I was swiping my card everywhere. Beep, approved. Beep, approved. It was a rush. It was like a drug.
Let's pause the story there. Atlas is describing a very dangerous emotion. We call this the illusion of wealth.
Yes, the illusion. I saw the money in my account, and I thought it was mine to spend.
This brings us to our first major concept, income versus expenses. Please repeat after me. Income. Income is the money that flows into your pocket, your salary.
For me, my income was $2,000 on Friday.
Now repeat the next word, expenses. Expenses are the money that flows out of your pocket. Rent, food, transport.
The problem is, I focused on the income. I ignored the expenses.
Listeners, think about your own life. When you get money, do you feel rich, or do you think about your bills first?
Let's go back to the story. It is Sunday afternoon. I'm feeling great. I have my new jacket. I have my new headphones. I go to the grocery store to buy some food for the week.
Just a normal shopping trip?
I put bread, milk, and eggs in my basket. I walk to the register. There's a long line behind me. People are waiting. The cashier scans my items. She says, "That will be $20. I smile. I take out my shiny card. I swipe it. Beep, beep, beep.
The sound of doom.
The machine flashed a red light. It said, "Declined." The cashier looked at me. She said, loud enough for everyone to hear, "Sir, your card is not working. Do you have another one?" I felt my face go hot. I was sweating. I tried again. Beep, beep, declined. The people behind me were sighing. They were angry. I had to leave the food. I had to walk out of the store with nothing. The rich king from Friday was a beggar on Sunday.
That shame is a powerful teacher. Atlas, where did the money go?
I checked my bank app. The taxi, the steak, the jacket, the drinks, small things, big things. It was all gone. I had $0, and I had to survive for 29 more days.
This is the trap. You spend because you feel happy, then you're broke, then you're stressed, so you work harder, but you never get ahead. In the next section, we're going to find out exactly how Atlas lost his money. We're going to talk about the small leaks that sink big ships. The credit card was declined. You had $0. But Atlas, the month was not over.
No, it was only the beginning. I had 29 days left until my next paycheck. That month was the longest month of my life. I could not buy lunch with my colleagues. When they said, "Hey, Atlas, let's go to the burger place," I had to say, "No, I am not hungry." But I was starving.
What did you eat?
Instant noodles. Every single night. For breakfast, I had nothing. For lunch, I had an apple. For dinner, noodles. And I walked. I walked 5 kilometers to work every morning because I could not afford the bus. My shoes got dirty. My feet hurt. I felt small. I felt stupid.
But you survived. You made it to the next payday. And that is when you came to me.
Yes, I came to Nova. I said, "Nova, I need help. I earn good money, but I am poor. Why?"
I told you to print your bank statement. Do you remember?
I remember. It was 5 pages long. 5 pages of numbers. I looked at it and I was confused. I was looking for a thief. I thought maybe someone stole my money. Maybe I bought a car and forgot.
But there was no thief. There was no car. What did we find?
We found coffee. Lots of coffee.
Let's do the math for our listeners. This is important. Atlas, how much was your morning latte?
It was $5. Not expensive, right? Just $5.
$5. And you bought one every morning before work?
Yes.
Okay, $5 a day times 30 days in a month. What is the total?
5 times 30, that is $150.
$150 a month, just on coffee. Now let's look at the year. $150 times 12 months.
That is $1,800.
$1,800. Atlas, look at the laptop on this table. How much did that cost?
The laptop cost $1,500. Oh my God. I drank a laptop. I literally drank a brand new computer in paper cups.
This is the lesson, everyone. We call this a leak. Imagine your wallet is a bucket of water. You're worried about big holes, but you don't see the tiny holes at the bottom. Small leaks sink big ships.
It wasn't just coffee. We looked at the statement again. Magazines, $10. Snacks, $4. Taxis when I was lazy, $15. Subscription to a movie app I never watched, $12. It was death by 1,000 cuts.
I want to stop the story for a moment. I want to speak to you, the listener, right now. Pause the audio if you need to. Check your pocket or check your bag. Do you have a receipt in there?
Look at it. What did you buy today? Did you buy a bottle of water because you forgot to bring one from home? That is $2.
Did you buy a chocolate bar? That's $2. If you do that every day, that's $700 a year. Do you need the chocolate or do you want the chocolate?
I was angry after I saw the math. I realized I was working hard every day just to give my money to the coffee shop owner. I was making him rich and making myself poor.
So we needed a plan. We needed a new vocabulary word. Budget. Repeat after me. Budget.
A budget is not a punishment. People think a budget is a prison. Oh, I can't spend money. No.
A budget is a plan. A budget is you telling your money where to go instead of wondering where it went.
I went to the store. I bought a cheap notebook. I wrote Atlas's budget on the front. I felt ready. I was gonna fix my life.
You felt ready, but changing habits is hard. You were motivated on day 1, but what happened on day 7? In the next chapter, Atlas faces the hardest test, the temptation. Atlas, you had a plan. You had a notebook. You had a budget. You were ready to change your life.
Yes, I was ready. And let me tell you, the first 3 days were easy. I felt strong. I walked past the coffee shop. I said, "No thank you, Starbucks." I felt like a hero.
But heroes get tired.
By day 7, I was miserable. I stopped going to restaurants, so I had to cook. Guys, I am not a chef. I tried to make pasta. I forgot the water. I burned the pasta. It was black. It tasted like charcoal. I sat alone in my kitchen eating burnt pasta. I looked at Instagram. I saw my friends eating burgers and sushi. I felt lonely. I felt like I was being punished.
This is the hardest part, the boring phase. This is when most people quit.
And then the devil appeared. It wasn't a real devil. It was an electronics store. I was walking home from work. I was tired. I was hungry. And I saw it in the window.
What did you see?
The Super Bass 3000 headphones. Wireless, noise canceling, beautiful matte black finish. I had wanted these headphones for 6 months. And there was a big red sticker on the box. It said 50% off.
The magic words, on sale.
My brain started racing. I started doing mental math. I thought, Atlas, the normal price is $300, but today they are $150. If you buy them, you are not spending money, you are saving money. You are saving $150.
Stop right there. Listeners, pay attention. This is a trap. Atlas, if you buy something you do not need just because it's on sale, you are not saving money, you are spending money. If you buy a $300 item for $150, you did not save $150, you lost $150.
I know that now, but in that moment, I was like a zombie. I walked into the store, the music was cool, the air conditioning was nice. I picked up the box, it felt heavy, it felt expensive. A voice in my head said, Atlas, you work hard. You've been eating burnt pasta all week. You deserve a treat, just this one time.
We call this impulse buying. Impulse means acting on a sudden, strong feeling without thinking. It's emotional. It is not logical.
I stood in the line. There was one person in front of me. I had my credit card in my hand. My heart was beating fast. I was sweating. I was about to destroy my budget.
But you didn't buy them. What stopped you?
I remembered your voice, Nova. I remembered the rule you taught me. The 24-hour rule.
Let's teach this to the listeners. This is the most important tool for saving money. The 24-hour rule is simple. When you see something you want to buy, you must wait 24 hours. Put it back on the shelf, go home, sleep. If you wake up the next morning and you still want it more than anything else, then go back and buy it.
So, I stepped out of the line. It was physically painful. I put the box back. I ran out of the store. I went home, I ate my dinner, I went to sleep.
And when you woke up the next morning?
I woke up, and I didn't care about the headphones. The impulse was gone. The feeling had passed. I realized I didn't need them. I just wanted to feel good because I was tired. I saved $150 just by waiting one night.
We need to practice this mindset. We are going to do a shadowing exercise. I want you to repeat these phrases. Train your brain to be strong. Are you ready? Repeat after me. I am in control of my money. I do not buy on impulse. I can wait. My goals are bigger than my wants. Pause 3 seconds.
That rule saved me, and that was the turning point. I realized that spending money gave me a quick high, but saving money gave me something better. It gave me power, and I was going to need that power because I had a bigger goal than headphones. I had a goal to change my whole life.
The headphones were a test, and Atlas passed. Now the story moves forward, 2 years forward. Atlas continued to save. He continued to use the 24-hour rule. And now he was ready to face his biggest enemy. Not a store, but his boss.
Atlas, we left the story at the electronics store. You didn't buy the headphones. You saved the money. But the story didn't end there. You kept saving. 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years.
Yes, 2 years passed. My life looked the same from the outside. I still went to the same office. I still sat in the same gray chair. My boss, let's call him Mr. Smith, was still angry every day. He would yell at me for small mistakes. Atlas, this report is wrong. Atlas, work faster. Before, when he yelled, I felt scared. I felt trapped because I needed the money.
But after 2 years, something was different inside you.
Yes, I had a secret. I opened my bank app. I didn't see $0 anymore. I saw a number. It was enough money to pay my rent and buy food for 6 full months. I didn't call it savings anymore. I renamed the account. I called it the Freedom Fund.
The Freedom Fund. That is a beautiful name. It means you are not saving to buy a thing. You're saving to buy time. You're saving to buy options.
It was a Tuesday morning. Mr. Smith was in a bad mood. He called me into his office. He started shouting because I was 5 minutes late. He said, Atlas, if you are late again, you are in big trouble. Do you hear me? Usually, I would look at the floor. I would say, I am sorry, sir. Please don't fire me.
But not this time.
I looked him in the eye. My heart was calm. I thought about my Freedom Fund. I knew I could survive without this job. I said, Mr. Smith, you do not need to worry about me being late anymore. He stopped shouting. He looked confused. What? I said, because I quit.
You quit? Just like that?
I reached into my pocket. I pulled out a white envelope, my resignation letter. I put it on his desk. I said, thank you for the opportunity. My last day is in 2 weeks. I turned around. I walked out of his office. I walked out of the building. I remember the air outside. It smelled like rain and asphalt. But to me, it smelled like victory.
That is the power of money. Money gives you the power to walk away from things that hurt you. So what did you do next? Did you sit on the beach?
No, I didn't want to do nothing. I wanted to build something. I used my savings to start my own small business, a graphic design studio. It was hard work. I worked longer hours than before, but it was different because I was the boss.
If I made a mistake, it was my mistake. If I succeeded, it was my success. I wasn't rich, I didn't drive a Ferrari, but I was free.
Listeners, look at the journey we took today. We started with Atlas feeling rich, but being broke. We saw the small leaks, the coffee and the snacks. We fought the impulse buying with the 24-hour rule. And finally, we reached the goal. Not a laptop, but a new life.
I want you to know something. You can do this. It starts with $1, then $10. It is boring at first. It's hard to say no to the coffee. But the feeling of walking out of that office, it's worth every single penny.
Before we go, let's make sure you remember the key English lessons. I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Try to answer before Atlas does. Question number 1. What is the 24-hour rule?
It means waiting 1 day before you buy something expensive to stop impulse buying.
Question number 2. What is an expense?
An expense is money that goes out of your pocket, like bills or food.
Question number 3. Why did Atlas call his savings the Freedom Fund?
Because the money gave him the freedom to quit the job he hated.
You did great today. You listened to a full hour of English. That's a huge achievement.
If this story helped you, please subscribe. Join us next time on Level Up English. Start your Freedom Fund today. We believe in you.
Goodbye.